They called it a forgotten sport in America. A game that would never survive in this country. No history. No spotlight. No future. Empty stadiums. Silent crowds. Zero expectations. But behind that silence, something was changing. A revolution. Building in the shadows. From rejection to global attention. This is the rise of USA football. And what happens next will shock the world in 2026. In the early days, football in America had no identity. It was not the main sport, not even close. The nation belonged to American football, baseball, and basketball. Soccer was different, quiet, unnoticed, almost invisible. No big stars, no massive stadiums, no national obsession, just empty fields and forgotten dreams. For decades, it stayed in the background of American sports culture, until the world came knocking on America's door. In 1994, everything changed. The United States hosted the FIFA World Cup. For the first time, America was not just watching football, it was hosting the world. Millions tuned in, stadiums were packed, and history was being written. The country that once ignored football was now at the center of the global game. Flags from every nation filled the stadiums. The energy was unstoppable. The world had arrived in America, and in that moment, something shifted forever. Football in the United States was no longer invisible, it was alive. After the 1994 World Cup, America had seen the potential, and in 1996, a new chapter began. Major League Soccer was born, but the beginning was not glamorous. Small stadiums, low attendance, and little global attention. There were no big stars, no massive headlines, no instant success, just a dream, trying to survive in a country that barely noticed it. But still, it continued, slowly, quietly. MLS kept building its foundation, because this wasn't just a league. It was a mission, to bring football into America's future. Slowly, things began to change. MLS was no longer ignored. More fans started showing up. Stadiums began to fill. And the energy was different. What was once a forgotten league was now starting to feel alive. Young talent began to rise, coaches improved, and the quality of football grew stronger. America was learning something new, how to love the game of football. It was not instant success. It was a slow transformation, built over years of patience and belief. But the foundation was now solid, and there was no turning back. Then came the players. The ones who changed everything. Christian Pulisic became the face of American football. A new generation of talent emerged. Faster, sharper, more confident. For the first time, the world began to respect American players. No longer outsiders. They were now competing on the global stage. In Europe, American players were making their mark. And with every goal, every match, every victory, the message became clearer. America was no longer just learning football, it was becoming part of it. Today, everything has changed. Major League Soccer is no longer just a developing league. It is a global stage. World-class players are now joining America. Stadiums are sold out, fans are louder than ever, and attention is worldwide. Even the biggest names in football are stepping into MLS, bringing global spotlight to American soccer. The game that once struggled for survival is now part of the world conversation. And every season, the level keeps rising. Faster, stronger, bigger. America is no longer chasing football. It is building its own football identity. In 2026, the world will return to America. But this time, it is not just a host country. It is the center of global football. The biggest World Cup in history will take place across the United States, Canada, and Mexico. Massive stadiums, record-breaking crowds, and a global spotlight like never before. But for America, this is more than just an event. It is a test of how far football has come in this country, and how far it can still go. Because now, the world is watching, and history is about to be written again. From empty stadiums, to global attention, from a forgotten sport, to a rising football nation, America's journey was never instant. It was built step by step, over decades. And now, the world stands at a turning point. Because what was once ignored is now unstoppable. Football in America is no longer a question. It is a reality. But the biggest question still remains. Can America become the next football superpower?